African Village Life, Truth Exposed. JTPodcast pleads to Linet KE. DavyJnr versus Gintu's reacts. These are the news that is making up to our tables today, and our deliberation is squarely focused on them. What happened, where, who does what, and what is the reasons why the persons being talked about behaved so. We must dive deep and delve into these issues going forward.
Chill, my sister. Anyways,
tumetoka mbali, isingelikuwa si African Village, sisi sijui sasa tungekuwa tuko wapi, na sasa tunasikia raha.
There's one young man right now who is right now onto the talk about the Kenyan courts. So what is being discussed there? Nobody knows. In a way, like he has been alleged of cyberbullying, and also that will make much of the people to fear. Are we going to be going to the police station next time? But there is this kind of a movement that has been already created, and I had it from the police post because I'm ever getting all the information from relevant sources, from every kind of a source I need. I can get information. It's saying at the moment right now they are tired of eating YouTube money, and it will land them to a bitter position that whenever it will reach that momentum, they will be in the problem or subjected to such kind of a problem that they don't want to define. And at the moment right now, they want to process all the cases to get forward. But what is to be processed there? Is it false allegations? Is it something because somebody took over the guy you are
concerning the drama that is taking place in this YouTube street? You know, it never ceases and it never messes me. We term them an ever-ending saga. The African Village Life drama just got exploded and explosive. JTPodcast makes a dramatic plea to Linet as Gintu reacts to growing DavyJnr versus Nation 1 controversy, the court case. The question that majority people are asking, what really happened? It is what also yours truly wants to know. But before we dive deep, I'm promising you a very explosive breakdown, reaction, claims, and shocking twist. Then you can decide for yourself. So if you're coming across this channel and this video for the very first time, kindly take a second or two, subscribe to my YouTube chit-chat and channel. Click at the notification bell so that any moment I upload a video, YouTube channel notify you instantly. To my loyal subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in straight away after the break.
Not a negative fellow who punches below, but a positive chap who balances his show. When there's confusion on top the mountains, he weighs decisions, dissects for simple brains. Whistleblowers who wish to bring trouble, who plan to make. Zach exposes nothing to lose, nothing to gain. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, reactor, very positive, defender of truth, he's quite protective. Zach Senior, he analyzes and breaks it down. Zach Senior, he's an objective man. Zach Senior, reactor, very positive.
And gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our YouTube chit chat. My name is Zach and this is my YouTube channel. So let's dive in straight away. Let's forget, guys. The question is the podcast pleading with Linet KE behind the scene? These are the things that majority of people are asking themselves outside there, whether it's true or not true. The reason why I'm saying that because there are signs and telltale signs that really suggest so that JTPodcast is gravitating towards and also thinking so hard how it can really come and apologize to Linet, KE, and Chalo Kush. But the problem is how we should do it is the problem, plus the followers and the audience. Now, before we dive deep and really tell you how JTPodcast should do it or where are the signs, let's watch this video very fast. Then I will come and put everything into perspective.
Linet, chill, my hand, my
It's less
sister.
than 10 seconds because I was very interested on that part. That's why I cut it out so that the message itself conforms. That's why most of the time I've been telling people reaction itself, it's not something that it's easy. You're sitting down on the corner and then react or rant. No. You must qualify what you say. You must look for this kind of clips so that you drive point home. And the point is not based on hearsay. It's not a regiment, but it's something true that somebody said in that video. Like this one we just watched. I want to repeat again. Listen to that sound.
Linet, chill, my hand, my sister. Anyways,
that is JTPodcast talking to Linet. Linet, chill my heart, chill my sisters. That statement itself of the phrasal verb that is used by JTPodcast is very important and has got an objective to achieve. What is the objective number one? One, it's either Linet to chill or it's a continued blackmail. Have you ever seen somebody who will blame you of his own problems? Then because of a fear of confronting him, you agree. Then tomorrow when you go down, the person will come to praise you and give you gift. That's because you've covered them. It is a tactic that is mastered well and is a playbook that JTPodcast is trying to play with JTPodcast and Telokush. Whether that one will work or not is something that we wait and see. Let me tell you the problem. That statement alone has got an objective to achieve. One, continue to blackmail, whether it will work or not. Second, to appear to be talking well about Linet right now, to the moment that is now calling Linet my heart and Linet my sister, to calm the qualms, so that if Linet didn't see that JTPodcast is gravitating towards like it's toned down, then the case disappears. Imagine as now is when JTPodcast has known that Linet is the sister. But before other reaction, Linet was that devil. Linet was a human with a very dark heart. You know? Even manufacturing and fabricating lies continued the onslaught against Linet and the hubby, Jalakush. And this is the problem I've been telling about people. I've been telling about them that reprobates are always reprobates. They will never change. You know, a reprobate is a person who can come and convince you that color white is color black, and you believe. And they got reasons about it. The way they're saying this color black until you buy. These are the negative reactors. The reprobate itself. They are unholy and unworthy in the God's presence. That's the statement. The statement also was an invitation to Linet. If Linet can extend an olive branch so that the peace could come, either to provoke Linet and Linet could call him. Then at one moment, he keeps the call, then later he will say, Linet is the one who apologized, not me. Let me tell you the reasons. JTPodcast still don't know how to apologize because it is in their culture and their DNA, how they are brought up. The reasons why I'm saying is in their culture. These people, Masubo and JTPodcast, came in and evoked that Korean men are very brave men. They don't always apologize. Even in the face, they've done atrocity. They even give an example that sometimes they came face to face with castle wrestlers. Tells you to evoke their agility and gigantic proportion. And they even directly compared it to a woman who is Linet Ke, because by that time they were talking to Linet because Linet also comes from that side. So merely by evoking that alone, if you did the literature, evoking that statement alone, that kind of an excerpt has got an objective dissemination that Linet ought to have understood. They use the culture that are so primitive or obsolete to demean Linet as a woman who comes from that very culture to boil down. The reason why I'm telling you cannot apologize. Let's talk of Gintu, for instance. Remember Gintu with the Perez? When Perez confronted Gintu and told Gintu, you abused me, you have to apologize first. What did Gintu say? Gintu said, me? A man who who has been circumcised from a Korean community to apologize to a woman. That is the culture that JTPodcast and Masuba One was evoking to Linet. So the fact that the letter of a lawyer really needed JTPodcast to protract, desist and cease forthwith, and issue apology in YouTube street, either in a community tab, a video, and in whatever kind of mediums, in the dictums of the cease and desist demand letter, is something that JTPodcast is still grappling with how it should do it, because doing it, he will be called that is a weak man, according to the culture. Doing it, JTPodcast has sold a narrative to the audience, and plus also the new audience, that he is the real man, is the real deal, that this case is nothing, therefore it cannot apologize. To the extent of even asking Linet to apologize to him through blackmail. Therefore, being seen or being deemed to have apologized will really change and shift the terrain. It would be seen like a man without a ball. Maybe your balls needs to be clipped out. This is the problem, because the minion audience and the gullible followers are pushing JTPodcast never to apologize. Any iota of JTPodcast will be deemed seen apologizing. It will be a problem. Then this undertone itself is JT sending signs. That's why he's saying, chill, my sister. Now Linet is your sister. Before, Linet was not your sister. Before, Linet was not your sister. So your blackmail has refused to work. Your undertone statement beneath has refused to work because we are detecting it and we're reacting about them. And again, there is nothing that you're helping Linet with the traffic, with that kind of a reaction, because Linet had traffic before on Chalokush in the AVL. You are coming in, just wanted to confuse that kind of a traffic. You want to gain from that kind of a traffic itself. And that is the objective that is here. You know, guys, that is, in a nutshell, these people. It never stops from there. The truth about African village life has been exposed. And this is the truth that most of the time we've been saying. That is, Kasichana husband have come forth and said the following.
Si African village, sisi sijui sasa tungekuwa tuko wapi, na sasa tunasikia raha na African village imetukuza, na sasa tunazidi kukua. Tunasikia raha sana, tunashukuru.
The video of a dignity and the video of being ungrateful, of not biting the hand that really fed you. Linet Chalokush through AVL never demanded it, but it comes from their heart to give appreciation of what they've been done of far, and how far they've been brought by AVL. You know, I want to play this video again so that I give you the direct translation, so that I will summarize it to understand, and you want to compare and contrast it with what James and Linet said before. Listen to this conversation. So, Kasichana Abi is saying, guys, we are from far. We've come from far. Continue.
Singelikuwa si African village, sisi sijui sasa tungekuwa tuko wapi.
If it were not for African village, we don't know where we'll be as at now.
Na sasa tunasikia raha na African village imetukuza, na sasa tunazidi kukua.
Now we are feeling so happy and so jovial with African village life of taking care of us, and now we are growing.
Tunasikia raha sana, tunashukuru Chalo, tunashukuru Linet.
We are happy and continue to be happy. We give thanks and gratitude and appreciate Chalokush and Linet. That is the message that Kasichana Habi is trying to put across, not trying, putting across. What really takes for humankind? Just to give thanks and to say a note of thank you when good are done for them. The truth be said, the house that you seeing on the background where Kasichana Habi standing is the house they're living even up to date. But the house has been constructed up to the roof level near complete or completion. And you've seen how beautiful that house is. These are the things that really angers the lazy gang. Things that really angers JTPodcast and Masubo and Kukumama. That why would you give thank you to Linet? That the money are not theirs. The money came from donors. The issue is to the Kukumama and JTPodcast. What kind of money have you used either from donor or either from GoFundMe to come and rescue your life? Not even one. You continue even eating from their home. You continue even eating them from their home. We also, you came with the gift. The same gift you give them, you wait for them to cook and slaughter so that you eat. How are you helping them now? And it's the truth that Linet and Chalokush also help Chris and James. The problem here, majority of people think that we don't want Linet to enjoy. We don't want Linet to be open for it. We said long time ago, Linet having Clarice and James having channel is good. What we are advocating for, the channel has been opened. Let the drama ceases. Let them diffuse out drama from their content and focus on cooking. Because them developing themselves and selling themselves is fine. Because there was no crime that happened between them. Because if they were employed. But because they have outgrown each other. So they parted ways, which we applauded, no problem. The issue is, why can't the lazy gang, the team chaos, that went for something that they term rescue, yet they went for their own selfish gain, just understand what we are saying. Now compare the Linet and Chalokush who bought the land to Clarence and James, build them houses and do all other kind of good things. The turn of events, they've turned themselves to be so ungrateful. There's no any other signs of appreciation. Well, Linet also is not demanding appreciation. Linet just packed his things and walked away to continue to another chapter without a complaint. But why the name of their brand is being dragged in this YouTube street? It is something that we're also wondering. Guys, on the other side, why is Gintu crying? Why is Gintu lamenting too loud than the bereaved? National 1 was arrested and taken to the court. The outcome of the court, yet we still don't know because it was a plea. Two things can happen. Nation could be offered a bail. If he pays the bail, he will be out pending the first hearing. Because yesterday was just a plea, day one. So whether that thing will happen or not, let's wait and see. But the question is, why is Gintu afraid and ranting at the top of
who
his
is
voice?
right now and today talk about the Kenyan courts. So what is being discussed there? Nobody knows. In a way, like he has been alleged of cyberbullying, and also whenever the case is already moving to the different positions, it's alleged like this kind of the case doesn't have any kind of the evidence, whereby the people who are accusing you, they are not going there. So they want to punish you in a way like you should not speak about them. And why are you onto the internet? Because much of the people also, they have never learned to the YouTube. There is something that it's called altered content. And when you do, whenever you do your content and you press that kind of the subtopic that is called altered content, your content is picked as it's picked from another source. And other people, whoever is just alleged, it's like accessing it using the YouTube. So as YouTube can give you the mandate. And also your YouTube channel should be in a way like whenever you read there, you should know like this is a reaction video or a reaction whatever you are doing, and nobody should just come to temper with you.
Nation 1 was arrested,
A, B, C, D.
and Gintu even made a phone call to one of the police who was in court. And perhaps this is the police that sometimes ever gives Gintu all the intel that is happening. or when is yet to be arrested, Gintu will be given or siphoned information that we are looking for you. The best thing, get out and run. Gintu clearly called that police direct. And the police tell this guy, perhaps Nation 1 is facing the charges of cyberbullying. And the cyberbullying itself, it's what Gintu has been accused with and taken arraigned to court. And they sought an out-of-court settlement with Ayamarwa. And still back on it. Now, you see the reasoning why most of them really don't know whether this is reaction and this is defamation. Because they're saying so long as YouTube itself accept your video, therefore that one is not tantamount to defamation. Let me tell you, YouTube itself is a platform you can showcase your video so long as its parameter itself is done. So for YouTube to accept your thing, YouTube can accept anything so long as your setting is well. But when it comes to somebody XYZ wants to sue you because of defamation, it's out of YouTube space because they won't report to YouTube. YouTube will not even pull out your videos because of defamation. YouTube will notify you that you wrap that path is for defamation, or YouTube will block your videos, never to be shown in a particular region where this person is, but other regions where the videos will be accessible. So YouTube is normally out of things legal. They have got a legal team that they will look at it. What YouTube will do, YouTube will cooperate with the lawyers whenever the evidence is needed. What YouTube will do, YouTube will just be awaiting the court order and the court judgment that's ordering the video to be pulled down. Then YouTube will act to pull either your channel and videos down. But your video still can be in the YouTube. The fact that you post anything or an abuse or a defamation, YouTube can accept it and it will be monetized. The problem is, once YouTube accepts it, does not mean that is a good content, does not mean that is a reaction. You might be defaming me. But when you defame me, I want to report to YouTube. I'll just notify YouTube so that if you can change it as a matter of caution, YouTube will just give you a caution and what to do. YouTube won't take you to court. The person who is defamed will take you to court. Whether you press an altered content so that it fits the parameters of the YouTube to acknowledge it, so that YouTube does not flag it out, does not mean the person being talked about in a way that it is not true or in a damaging way can still sue you. That's why always they do a lot of problem knowing that my content has been accepted to YouTube, which means I'm the truthfulness. Cyberbullying is not reaction. And why was Gintu reacting to it and Gintu was ranting is fear. The past criminal guilt that Gintu did is now Gintu seeing himself in Nation 1 and Gintu seeing himself being arrested by DavyJnr or Ayamarwa back to the court and cells. He knows what he went through. That's why Gintu must talk loud. To give more information to this, let's hear part 2 what Gintu was saying.
He is in court. He is under the jurisdiction and under the lawsuit that has been filed to make sure that he's going to be passing through that kind of the channel. And at the moment, he's just being siphoned and is being drowned into it. He's waiting for his kind of the moment to reach, and also much of the contempliments they are ever passing through, and also the lawyers, they are just pressing, and also the person who is the police officer who had the case is now making sure that everything is caused humiliation and accusations that will make much of the people to fear. Are we going to be going to the police station next time? But there is this kind of a movement that has been already created, and I had it from the police post because I'm ever getting all the information from relevant sources, from every kind of a source I need. I can get information. It's saying at the moment right now they are tired of eating YouTube money. And it will lend them to a bitter position that whenever it will reach that momentum, they will be in the problem or subjected to such kind of a problem that they don't want to define. And at the moment right now, they want to process all the cases to get forward. But what is to be processed there? Is it false allegations? Is it something because somebody took over the game from you?
Ranting about Nation 1. You know, talking in Nation 1, it's a mirror of what Gintu passed through. It's a reflection on himself. That's why he knows what really is going on, being siphoned, drowned financially. That's what he passed when Amara took him to court, because Gintu was ripped dry to the bone. And that is the reasons why Gintu has not even from that time recovered in completing his house. That house ought to have been completed a long time ago. But because Gintu is still compensating and paying the lawyer that represented him, YouTube comes, he pays. That's why of recent Gintu has been very bitter, slapping people everywhere. That's a fact. Gintu knows. But the tragedy is, Gintu knows the repercussion of what sometimes awaits them, but still playing dirty into the same dirt. So Gintu is crying that it's humiliation. DavyJnr is humiliating people, intimidating people, and is asking why are they now in the internet if they cannot react. Reaction, you can continue as an age. The problem, it is not a cyberbullying. You must know what is a cyberbullying and defamation itself so that you'll get to know. You know, most of the time, they come and throw the word allegedly. When you throw the word allegedly, there must be rumors going around, a source of information that not yet verified. That's why you must put the word allegedly. You're not showing the information that you received, and you must also mention the source. But you cannot concoct a story at the same time from yourself and you refer yourself as a reference. You'll be taken to court. 2, really prove the allegation that you are self-stating. A reference should never be from yourself. A reference will either be a source in the media, from a person, from your friend, that's already been publicized. You don't bring any information that was not in this YouTube street to this print media, because we have the data protection. Free from blackmail, free from data protection. Somebody must protect his privacy. However much you're holding somebody's secret, whether it's a secret of a crime, whether it's a secret of a noodles, whether it's a secret of something very bad, so long as that thing is not yet in this street, you have got a duty to protect that person, because that person, if you feel you can help the police, therefore surrender the information to the police. Then this person will be processed in a dignified way to court without this information leaking. The reasons why that Kenya Constitution 2010 promulgated was data privacy. Because the person who alleged to have done 1, 2, 3, 4 has got children, has got mother-in-law. But coming in the print media to start blackmailing these people with this kind of information, it is so indignified. What will their children say? So that is a manner that our Kenya Constitution envisaged. A scenario where a public officer might be got in a precarious situation into love triangle of intimacy thing, then other people sometimes might have intercepted of that kind of intimacy video. Then you want to blackmail somebody to give you money, or else you're going to immediately with it. That is a blackmail. Police will arrest you. The data protection and the privacy. That's why I'm no. Even if the thing that you know about somebody is right and it's a crime, you're not supposed to come with it online. The best thing you needed to do, get to the police station if at all you think it will be of help. If at all you think you can approve it. But these are the laws that you people don't understand, because your motive is to damage somebody's reputation because you are so jealous, you don't want them to progress. And secondly, to prove to your gullible audience that you are the only man because they're sending you money. And thirdly, you're chasing the bag because money and content hungry. And that's why sometimes you get in the wrong hands of the law. The wrong hands of the law. What is happening now, Gintu is worried because Gintu is saying, if at all what Gintu is saying is true, that now the police in Nyaboanze, who depended on YouTube money, the news is now they've decided they will never take any money from YouTube. That from now going forward, if you do a mistake, they're going to process your cases. And even other cases that were reported, they're going to process and they are going to call you one by one to court. And that's is the ranting of his Gintu. And Gintu is asking himself, What if what they're going to process are not true? It is not within the purview of the police to detect the true statement and the wrong statement. The police will write whatever you tell them. Police will ask you the witness. The police will document and prepare the charge sheet and construct the file. When the police have said all the file parameters and construction itself, it's well. I've got the two witnesses, the investigation is here, the statements are well prepared. Now, there is a substantial ground and the file, to believe that the file is duly and accurately constructed, being ready to take into court. They will take. So it's upon you and your lawyer and upon the judge and the magistrate to go and find what happened. And also it's upon you as the accused person to go and defend yourself. So that work is for the court, it's not for the police. Police is to apprehend, enforce law and order, maintain peace, law and order. Are you there? And also to arraign you to court for criminal justices. So police does not arbitrate. The arbitrators are the court. That's why they always take you to court. That's not the function of the police. That's why Gintu is ranting and Gintu is running, that there is a way that Gintu is going to be arrested of the past crimes. So long as such kind of crimes never went to court, and so long as the OB that you are given is not past 6 months to expired, the case could be so liable. So long as the witnesses are available to go and test what happened, that one is left to the court. Police will construct anything, so long as you follow the right procedure of reporting your case and the case itself are taken to court. Guys, let me know what you think at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior.